I want to solve some hyperbola problems for you. Can we look at this question? The vertices and vocal, find the vertices and the vocal of hyperbola 12x squared minus 5y squared equals 60. How do you go about it? Before then, I would like to explain to you what we mean by hyperbola. Please kindly subscribe to this channel so that you can get more of our video. Hyperbola is a set of points in a plane such that the difference in the distance of each point from fixed point in the plane is constant. How do I mean? Let's say we have a point here, I call it F1, and another point I call F2. So look at this point F1, and look at this point F2. So, and this is hyperbola, this is hyperbola. If I pick a point here to be Q, so the difference between this distance QF2 and this distance QF1 is constant to any point we pick on the hyperbola. If I call this point T, so from this point T to this F1, that is the further distance, the further point first, and from this T to F2, so it's also constant to it. Okay, that is from Q to F1 and from Q to F2. The difference in the distance is constant to from T to F1 and from T to F2. Can you see this diagram? The vocals is given to be C, 0 and A, that is for the vocals, while for the vertices A, 0 for the positive side, while for the negative side minus C, 0 for the vocals, for the vertices minus A, 0. And the equation of the parabola is x squared over a squared minus y squared over b squared equals 1. That is when x is positive. So the parabola will face right and left side, but if x is negative and y is positive, the equation of the parabola, you can see it in the second, okay, that is y squared over a minus x squared over b equals 1. And the parabola will face up and down. Also check the touch diagram. That is when 2 points are given to us. That is, the vertex is not on the x-axis. The vertex of the parabola is not on x-axis and it's not on y-axis. Okay, and the 2 points are h, k. H goes with x and k goes with y. So the vertex will change to h plus a, k, while the vocals will change to h plus c, k, that is the value of c and h are added together, k. Also for the negative side, the vocals is given to us to be h minus c, k, while the vertex is given to us to be h minus a, k. So can we look at this question? Find the vertex and vocal of the hyperbola. Find the vertices and the vocal of the hyperbola. 12x squared minus 5y squared equals 60. How do we go about it? The canonical form of hyperbola, that is the equation of hyperbola, is given to be x squared over a squared minus y squared, okay, y squared over b squared equals 1. This equation here, we can write it in the form of equation of a hyperbola by dividing through by 60, so that the coefficient of x squared will be 1, the coefficient of y squared will be minus 1, and the constant here will be 1. Okay, can we do that? So x squared minus 5y squared equals 60. So divide through by 60, this divided by 60, this divided by 60. Okay, so 12 here 1, 12 here 5, 5 here 1, 5 here 12, and this here 1, this here 1. So we have x squared over 5 minus y squared over 12 equals 1. So we can equate the values, so we can compare it. A squared, you can see a squared is equal to what? Equal to 5. So a squared equals to 5, which means a equals to plus or minus the root of 5. Okay, y b squared equals to 12, which means b equals to the root of 12 plus or minus, and you can simplify further by saying 4 times 3, that is 12. The root of 4 is 2. 2 will no longer be under the square root, so that will be 2 root 3. Alright, for the value of b. Now, how do you get the value of c? Take note of this, that c is equal to c square equals to a square plus b square. And what is our a square? Don't forget our a square is 5, and our b square is what? Our b square is 12. So c square equals a square plus b square. Okay, so that is c square equals a square, and what is our a square? 5 plus b square, which is what? Which is 12. And 12. Okay, so c square equals 5 plus 12, that is 17. So the value of c equals to plus or minus the root of 17. So that is value of c. And we have to find the vertices and the vertices. So the vertices is given to be, don't forget, the vertices is what? The vertices is given to be what? Is given to be a, 0. And our a is root 5, so the vertices will be plus or minus root 5. So the positive one first, root 5, 0 for the positive one, while for the negative one, that will give minus root 5, 0. That is the vertex. While for the vocus is c, 0, and our c is plus or minus root 17. So that will give the positive one first, which is what? Which is 17 plus 17, 0. Okay, while the negative one is minus root 17, 0. Alright, so can we look at, that is the vertices and the vocus. So this is the vocus and this is the vertex. So can we look at the one more question? Find the voci of the hyperbola below. Let's look at the hyperbola. The equation of a hyperbola is given to be s square over what? Over a square minus. Now this one is for when the vertex is on at the x axis, but here it's not at the x axis. That is, two values are given to us, which are the value of h and k. So in a thing of such, we are not going to use this canonical form. The canonical equation we are going to use, or the canonical form, will be x minus what? X minus h. Don't forget we are given two values, that is h and k, over 9 over a. The formula, okay, x minus h, we square it, alright, over a square, minus what? Minus y minus k, we square it also, over b square. Alright, so we can compare the value here, that is minus 1 and this minus h. You can compare it, or we can equate it by saying minus 1 equals to minus h, alright, which means h equals 1. And the second value here, we can also equate it, which is 2 equals to minus k, which is 2 equals to minus k, which means k equals 2. So the value of k is 2. So we've gotten the value of h to be 1, the value of k to be 2. So we can also equate this. 9 equals to a square, which is 9 equals to a square, which is a equals 3. And the value of the second one here, which is b. So c 16 equals b square, which is what? Which is b equals 4. Okay, so this will be plus or minus 3, and this also will be plus or minus 4. That is the value of b. Now, how do we get the value of c? Don't forget, c square equals a square plus b square. And we know our a square to be what? To be 9, and our b square to be 16. So we can say c square equals a square, which is 9 plus 16, that is b square. So c square equals 25. Take the square root, that is c equals plus or minus 5. By the time we take the square root of both sides, okay? So we've gotten the value of our A, B, and C. And the question says find the vocal. The vocal is given to us to be H plus or minus C, comma K. Okay. So what is our H? Our H is 1. If we take the positive one first, plus C. Okay. And what is our C? That is 5. Take the positive one first, comma K, and K is minus 2. Which means it's equal to 1 plus 5, that is 6, comma minus 2. Alright. So that is the vocals for the first, for the positive one. Why? For the negative one, H minus C. And our H is 1 minus C, which is 5. Okay. Comma minus 2. Alright. Which is equal to 1 minus 5, that is minus 4, comma minus 2. Alright. So that is for the, these are the vocal. If you have to find the vertex, though the question says find the vocal, but if you have to find the vertex will give us H plus A, comma K. Alright. So that will be H plus or minus A, comma K. And what is the H? The value of H is 1 plus A. What is the value of A? Is 3, comma, what is K? Minus 2. Alright. And we have for the positive one, if I have to take the negative one, and before then, 1 plus 3 will give us what? To give us 4, comma minus 2. So that is vertex. While the other vertex is H minus A. We've taken H plus A, now H minus A. And H is 1 minus A. Okay, that is minus A is 3, comma minus 2, which is K, minus 2. Alright. And it's equal to 1 minus 3, that is minus 2, comma minus 2. So thank you. Please, the value of the vertices are 4, comma minus 2, comma minus 2. During the question says find the vocal. Why the vocal are 6, comma minus 2, minus 4, comma minus 2. Thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you.